I have made a lot of friends over the years. Friends in Nigeria, friends in the United States, friends in London, friends in Ghana, Togo, Benin, Australia. I've made so many friends, and most of my friends are politicians, and some of them have political aspiration. And there's something that is intrinsically embedded in them, the desire to lead, the desire to serve. And it is axiomatic that they have to show their potential, to lead. And that raises the question, why do they want to lead? What what do they have in them that is undeniable, that is off the chart? What do they have in them that makes them stand out? Well, I guess this is part of the reason why I started political conversations on my podcast. Because I want to know what makes people decide to lead. Because a leader is a servant. And a servant is someone who carries out the will of his or her master. Sometimes we misunderstand the reason for leadership, but I think if we can keep having conversations about leadership, we can come to a better conclusion that is not going to leave us in a conundrum, but help us understand that we are in a better position to articulate things like this. And that is why I invited one of Washington's DC's. That is why I invited one of the finest aspirants in Washington, D.C., Rodney Red Grant. He's running for the position of mayor. And I've been following him up, and he has proven to be a very reliable, hardworking family man who came from comedy, who decided to find a greater purpose in serving. So I invited him out so we can have a conversation on my podcast so that we can see why people decide to serve. And there's something that is unequivocally outstanding about his comment about why he wants to lead. I will let you, experience that on my podcast. But if you and I can go through my podcast together and get to the climax of it, I am almost sure that you will come to a better conclusion, like I have, that there is more value and there's something way divine in having a calling that is beyond material possessions, to assert ourselves to something that just help us see life in a better sense. I don't know what political party you belong to. I don't know who you want to vote for. But what I can say is, if you would listen to this podcast, and you can look at the man speaking, and you can watch me how I came out in a sense of criticism, asking the questions that rivals might want to ask. If you can watch the podcast, maybe that will help you to see him for who he truly is. That Although he's a politician, but he's first a humanitarian. And that alone makes a whole difference. My mentor Les Brown used to say, do not mistake movement for growth. There's a way difference between moving, and it's a big difference in growing. Watch my podcast. Let me know what you think. And I'd love to see your comment, share, and I hope this message flow around Washington, D.C., and every single soul get to see this podcast and learn from it. Thank you very much. And this is Alex Mason.